Shalom, all praises and glory belong to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Akakodash, double honors unto the elders and to the apostles of Great Stone, and salutations to the open elect, right? The men that are pushing this word out in truth and in sincerity. This is the brother Yakal coming at you with another lesson through the spirit of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. And this one is basically, touching on the statement that the Vice President of Guyana made concerning the EID cards, all right, which is basically, another installment, another bit of proof that what the men of the Lord have been saying for years is true, when it comes to what the M0T to the B really is, all right? It's not a doctrine, it's not Christianity, it's not an embargo, it's not tattoos, it's not none of those things, all right? It's a physical item, all right, that goes back to, the Internet of Things and how you as a human will basically interact with society, all right? Now, the EID card in no way, shape, or form is the M0tB, but it is a step towards, what that CIP is going to enable you to do. All right, so we're going to listen to what the Vice President had to say concerning this M0tB, concerning this EID card. All right, so
if you don't have that card, you can't, hard to survive in this country. You can't be working because the employers, people who employ you, will face serious penalties.
Right, so he's saying is that, oh, by the way, this was taken from Sheriff News Network, all right? What we're saying is that, if you don't have it, all right, it's going to be hard to survive in the country, all right? And guess what? It's the same thing all around the world. We see it happen in the UK, all right, on a large scale, where they're saying by the end of the parliament, they expect this thing to become, fully active, where you won't be able to work, all right? You won't be able to access government services, all right? And more than likely, they're gonna, say that, hey, you can't access the supermarkets, access potable water and these different things, all right? So let's continue hearing what the VP had to say.
When they check their workers and they don't have that card, to open a bank account, penalties. People who employ you, employers can't be working because the employers, people who employ you, will face serious penalties when they check their workers and they don't have that card. To open a bank account, you would need a card of that nature.
So they're gonna put, heavy stipulations on even the employees, the business owners. All right, that the only way you could allow someone to enter your place of business, all right, is if they have the EID card. All right, otherwise your whole business could be held liable. All right. Now, the scripture say that it causeth all, both small and great, to receive that mark. All right. And this is where it is, this is exactly where it is, because they are going to put systems in place so that, it is necessary, it is mandatory that you have this EID card as a stepping stone. And then ultimately, that the actual CHIP, all right?
To remit money to another country, because some people send money back home. We're here, you'd need that card. So we'll know everyone who is here in Guyana who is non-Guyanese. And we'll have all of their details too. And with the cameras that we're putting in, as we said, we're planning for about another 4,000 of those cameras that can recognize people.
All right, and we see the same system fully enacted in China, where they have thousands of AI cameras, all right, cameras that can basically uh, use facial recognition, all right. And the same thing that they have those in Guyana right now, in every street corner, especially in the capital city. But then going down into these smaller villages and whatnot, they have these cameras set up, you know. And we're saying is that they're planning to install an additional 4,000 cameras, all right? 4,000 cameras, So from you move to point A to point B, just like in China, they'll be able to pick up, as you you know transition or move to the basically the radius or the space in which this other camera can now pick you up. They're basically gonna be able to know, hey, this person is located at bop 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 bop. All right. And what they're gonna do, they're gonna sell it as a you know as a way for them to combat um terrorism, all right, or security reasons, because obviously what they're using to push this EID card is the terrorist attack where he had, a Venezuelan national basically planted a explosive in a gas station. All right. Now, and that whole thing was a whole scene, and they were able to have credible information. All right, and apprehend the suspect within less than 72 hours. And when you listen to the Minister of Home Affairs, is it Home Affairs? Yeah, Home Affairs. Um, what she credited to is the smart city agenda or the smart city program, right? Which goes back again to the cameras that they are planning to set up, that they have set up, all right, and they're planning to boost, you know, where they were able to have, video footage and feed. You understand? And these cameras are working wonders, but we see this similar setup in China right now, where they have um, these cameras set up throughout, you know. So let's get some more.
So once we put in the biometrics there, they can identify anyone anywhere in the country at any time. So we can keep our country safe. Further, we have to pass laws to determine what.
So the cameras can, once the cameras have your biometrics, which would be your Face ID, all right, your retina scan, your fingerprint, all right. I don't know what else they'll use for the biometrics, but once they have these information, as basically pop up in the feed of this camera will be able to say, okay, this face belongs to X person at this address, weighing X, at this height, notable marks, a scar on the left eye, whatever, whatever, whatever. You understand? And this is all going to be powered by, AI is going to definitely play a big part of it. But like you say, the biometrics, the EID information, because when you register for this EID, these are the things that you are going to need in order to register for it. You understand? And like you said, that it's going to be hard for you, to exist in this country, Guyana, without it. And ultimately, it's going to be hard for you to exist in the world, in the world, basically, without an EID, because this is not just in Guyana. You see Barbados pushing the same thing. The UK obviously pushing it. All right, China is fully engulfed in it. China did this cash is frowned upon in China. All right, that's how far China is. Same thing with Nigeria. You know, in different countries around the world, and as they see success with uh, China, and then obviously, these smaller Caribbean nations, guess what? It's only going to um, strengthen the need, all right, or the proof that they should, um, obviously, roll it out even more, you know. So let's get some on this.
Rights people are going to have here if they are migrants.
Or basically, that's it, right? So let me just read a couple of precepts and see where the spirit take us. So this is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. Obviously, it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark." All right. So it say that he causeth all. All right. And he causing all is basically he gonna put policies, systems, all right, and different constraints in place that it's going to be hard, like the VP said, to survive without it. All right. Now again, the VP is talking about the EID card, but we know ultimately that the next step of it, or the next evolution, is going to be the actual CIP, which they're going to implant in your skin. Right now, I want to look up the word cause in Revelation chapter 13. All right, Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. When you look at the word cause, right, the Strong's G 4160. All right, it says to make, with the names of things made to produce, construct, form, or fashion, um, uh, to acquire, to provide a thing for oneself, to make a thing out of something, to constitute or appoint one thing, to appoint or ordain one, that, declare one anything, to put one forth, to lead him out. All right. So basically it's to declare it. All right. Let me see the Strong's definition. To make or to do. We cast out, commit, content, continue, deal without any delay, do anything, execute, exercise, fulfill, gain, give, all. Basically, it's basically to make, right? Obviously, right? Because it's the word basically say he calls it, right? So he's going to make, or he's going to put, he's going to declare that in order to survive, in order to get things done, right? You will need it. It says, um, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So you won't be able to conduct any sort of business, all right, in Guyana without this EID card. Again, it's another installment of the proof. All right, it's another installment of the proof, because right now we in the time of these prophecies showing forth. All right, we in the time of the prophecy showing forth. You see, so let me get this. This is let me see, Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 1. It says, um, I will, yeah, Habakkuk 2 and 1, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon a tower and watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that ye may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. All right. And be in a time of the visions, speaking. All right. Be in a time of the visions coming to pass. You know, at first, or at one point in time, um, you know, this thing seemed as though it was far fetched or fiction. when the men of the Lord, all right, will talk about, they're going to mandate a physical CF that they're going to put on their skin, all right, that is going to allow you to buy and sell and interact with, different technologies and things, all right? And it seemed far-fetched, but now it's no longer fiction. It no longer seems like fiction. It's just fact upon fact upon fact that's coming out right now. So we in a time of these visions speaking. All right. Um, let me get this. This is Ezekiel, I think it's 12. And let's see. Yeah, this is Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 22. Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision feel it? So this is how, Israel would mock at the prophets, all right, would mock at the men of the Lord and say, hey, what is this thing that you always talking about? Where is it? It ain't gonna come to pass. And even if it does, it's not gonna come to pass in my lifetime. All right. And we've heard these things before. It says, tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. All right, so the days are at hand. The days of the M0tB becoming mandatory is at hand. All right, the days of the scriptures coming to pass. All right, that the men of the Lord have been breaking down and been teaching for years is coming to pass. It's here. The vision is here. All right. You can't deny it. If you deny it, basically you're fooling yourself. It says, for there shall be no more any vain vision nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am Yahweh power. I will speak at the word. I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass, and it shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith Yahweh power. Again, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, um, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say the vision that ye see it is for many days to come, and he prophesied of times that are far off. So Israel, all right, they love to say what? That the vision that the prophets would speak about, all right, is for a time that is far off. It's not for this present time. But what the Lord is saying that, hey, you want to see it, all right? You will see it. Verse 28, therefore say it unto them, thus saith the Lord power, they, there shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith Yahweh power. So the Lord is getting ready to show forth or accomplish every single word that he had put in the mouth of his prophets. All right, everything that the prophets had prophesied about and been warning the people about. All right, is the Lord is bringing them to pass. But didn't the scripture say in 1 Samuel chapter 2? It's 1 Samuel the second. Yeah, 1 Samuel 2. Um, let me see, 1 Samuel 2 and 3. No, gotta be 2 Samuel. 2 Samuel. It's 3 and 20. Yeah, this is 1 Samuel 3 and verse 19. It says, and Samuel grew, and Yahweh was with him, and did let none of his words fall to the ground. All right. So Samuel being the prophet of the Lord, all right, what the scripture say? That he grew and the Lord was with him, all right, and we believe that the Lord is with us and did let none of his words fall to the ground. So none of the words that Samuel spoke, did the Most High allow to fall to the ground, or rather make it come to naught, all right, or make it without effect. Everything that Samuel spoke, the Lord, brought it to pass or bring it to pass. All right. Because whatever it is that Samuel spoke, it was not of his own strength. All right. It was of the strength of the Most High. It was the words of the Most High, you know. So I believe, we believe that when we speak, it is of the word, it is the word of the Most High, and the Most High is going to bring every single word to pass. All right. So, Lord's willing, this quick one was edifying, giving all praises and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Shalom.